run and gets the inside without even asking if good enough. But the leader's going on, Illegal Smile, and dashed out in front. Now Dreaming of Drew, happier off the inside to make a race of it. Dreaming of Drew needs to get to work if a chance. Alda's closing on both. Dreaming of Drew coming now and races up to Illegal Smile, and Alda down the outside. Dreaming of Drew hit the front and the catch a glimpse. Alda with a late burst on the outside. Dreaming of Drew in front. Alda flying late. Dreaming of Drew narrowly from Alda.
Welcome back to another edition of the Racing Rundown here on YouTube. I'm Eric DeCoster. In this edition, we will be previewing the Grade 1 Natalma Stakes from Woodbine, going a mile on the grass on their outer turf course for a $250,000 purse. We have 7 two-year-old fillies entered here. Personally, like I said in my Summer Stakes preview, the other Grade 1 on the Woodbine card this Sunday, there's nothing I love more than 2-year-olds going a mile on the grass. I mean, it combines my 2 favorite things. I love the young horses. I love a mile grass races. I don't think there's anything more exciting. Really, in any racing jurisdiction, North America, Europe, Japan, it's all just very exciting to me, and I definitely am excited for this race. We have a small field here of only 7, but 7 very talented fillies, all capable of winning. We'll waste no more time. We'll start with the one, Stunning Princess, a maiden 0 for 2 coming in for Danny Gargan, but I will tell you why I like her quite a bit, even though she is a maiden. Like I said, 2 starts, both losses, both at Saratoga this summer. The first one was in July. She lost to a filly named Plum Ali by 2 lengths, trying to go wire to wire, faded towards the end, going a mile and a 16th. Plum Ali has come back and basically established herself as the early favorite for the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Fillies Turf on the North American side, with a very impressive win in the Kentucky Downs Juvenile Fillies Turf the other weekend. This filly only lost her by 2 lengths. She comes back in her next start, August 19th, also going a mile and a 16th at Saratoga, and loses to Ingracia by only a nose. And Ingracia is a filly I hold in very high regard from the Chad Brown barn. I expect to see her in a race like the Miss Grillo at Belmont or the Jessamine at Keeneland, and I think she'll be very live in either of those. And Stunning Princess only lost to her by a nose. So the company that this filly's been keeping has been very strong. She's ran 2 very solid races. I think she has a great chance to win this race despite being a maiden, and she's also coming off of very strong work. The 2 is Seasons. For Jimmy Toner, comes from that very strong family by Tappet, out of the very talented mare Winter Memories that stretches back to Memories of Silver. So very good pedigree on this filly, and that she backed it up with a very nice win at first asking, going a mile and a 16th. In the process, she won by neck. She beat another Danny Gargan filly by the name of Ice Queen. So Danny Gargan is really trying to get those 2-year-old fillies in the winner's circle on the grass at least. They're running very well, just losing to good horses. Seasons ran really good. Jimmy Toner, the trainer, not super great first time out either, so it was great to see her run this well. And listen, there's just precocity through and through based off the pedigree alone. Winter Memories herself was one of the favorites for the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Fillies Turf when she ran it at Churchill Downs about a decade ago. And so we already know they can run early and they can run well. Wouldn't be surprised to see her jump up at all. Win this with travel restrictions. Luis Contreras is getting in the saddle. Jose Ortiz rode her last time out. The 3, Sleek Links from Mark Cassie. He holds a very strong hand in this race with this filly. This is the only one he has here, and then in the male version in the Summer Stakes as well. So he's coming into this weekend loaded. This filly, a maiden, coming off a 2nd place finish at Gulfstream Park, where she was beaten just a half length, going a mile on the grass. That was a good run. She ran into some trouble, got bumped around a little bit. She herself was kind of green, but while I know she lost by a half length, she was still 7 lengths clear third. So it wasn't a bad effort at all coming from off the pace. This pedigree shouts Sturt, being by Warfront, out of a mare out of a Monjo mare who only raced in Europe, trained by John Gosden, and so there's pedigree to go along with her. She'll definitely improve second out. Mark Cassie horses usually do. And I think she has a chance to step up. I just question her ability to beat horses that are already proven. We've already talked about a couple, then we'll talk about a couple more coming up. Rafael Hernandez is getting in the saddle. The 4, Dreaming of Drew, was 2nd last time out in the local prep to catch a glimpse. She was beaten a nose as the favorite that day. She was favored just 2 starts ago. She broke her maiden by 6 lengths very impressively on the all-weather surface at Woodbine. She ran a very good race last time out. I mean, she really looked like the winner. She got mowed down late, but it wasn't a bad run at all. And I really only think, she only lost because I think that the filly Alda's better. We'll talk about Alda in a second and what she can do. But Dreaming of Drew did not run a poor race whatsoever. That was her first start on the grass. I imagine she'll get better getting up to the mile. Speed figure-wise, she's probably the strongest just overall. Last race, she ran similar to Alda. 1 point lower, but a whole body of work for 3 career races. She does come in with the strongest, and that, like I said, it was a very good effort last time out, but she just got caught late. She really had no excuses. She ran great. Justin Stein, he had a very good weekend last week, winning a couple stakes at Woodbine. He is going to get in the saddle here for the first time for local trainer Barb Mitchell, who's very good at Woodbine, no matter the circumstances. I think Dreaming of Drew is very talented, but with some of the shippers coming in, and Alda, who is the 5, so we'll talk about her next, being here, I do question her ability to win this because you go to her maiden score, and the company there was not very strong. So it's really kind of a wild card, I think, but ultimately that's what I'm going against, just because she had no excuses last time out, and I know she only lost by a nose, but she was probably 2-3 lengths second best at the end of the day. The 5, Alda. I mentioned her about 4 times talking about Dreaming of Drew. 2 for 3 lifetime, broke her maiden nicely at Belmont at second asking out of that maiden race where she was third, but the horse that beat her, Wink, has since then gone on to win a stakes race at Monmouth. So very strong company. Last time out, won the Catch a Glimpse. Not a good trip. She was off very slow, had to close from last. She did that, won by a nose, mowed her down. And really, I just think she needs the smile. The mile is going to be perfect for her based off that pedigree. It just makes a lot of sense. Graham Motion is the trainer here, and Steve Dine gets back in the saddle. He rode her in her last race to Catch a Glimpse. It's really hard to ignore a filly that has a local prep win. I think there are, I talked about the 2 inside horses, though, fillies coming out of the maiden races at Saratoga. They're dangerous, no doubt. And then the next horse we'll talk about, Lady Speightsare as well. Very talented filly, but I think Alda is the most proven coming in. I imagine she will be favored, if not a very close second choice. And I think she has a lot of talent. Would not be surprised to see her run a big race here. The 6 is Lady Speightsare, daughter of Speightstown here, coming in with a very strong pedigree. Elsewhere, trained by Roger Atfield, one of the greatest trainers, if not the greatest trainer in Canadian history. This filly broke her maiden at Woodbine, going 7 furlongs on this grass course last time out by 4 lengths. Very nice win. I think of the last races coming into this race, I think she ran the strongest company-wise. It wasn't very tough, obviously, but it was a nice win nonetheless. Certainly impressed me. Her workout last time out, too. Wow. 58-3 on the grass at Woodbine. 58-3 for a workout on a turf surface is ridiculously quick. So she's going to be sharp coming in here. I imagine she's going to be on the lead. Listen, she makes good sense too. I think she's one of many fillies in here who you have to give a shout. I don't think that the horses shipping in are very scary to her. She was so professional first act. I have a hard time believing she won't replicate that effort. She does need to improve, though. I think all of these fillies need to improve from their last races if they want to beat this level. And the 7, Big Plans. Another local horse here. Broke her maiden by 6 last time out on the all-weather at Woodbine. That was a nice win. Stalked, pounced, scored the way you'd like to see it. And at the end of the day, she won pretty impressively. But it was against weaker horses and a maiden optional claimer on the all-weather. This is going to be your first grass start now with pedigree by point of entry out of a Monjo mare. So that the screens grass, left, right, center, and distance. So she's going to improve off that. But there's so many horses in this race coming off of better efforts that I think she kind of falls in the same boat as a horse like Dreaming of Drew and Sleek Lynx, where they ran good races last time out, no doubt. I think if they were an easier company, it would probably make a little bit more sense. But because these are much tougher horses they're facing, you just have to go elsewhere. It's hard to go against horses when you can't find the greatest excuses for them, and they really haven't done anything wrong. But there were better horses at the end of the day than I think Big Plans, even though she does seem like a nice filly. From a setup standpoint, I imagine that the 1 and the 6, Stunning Princess, Lady Speightsare, will be your top 2. Lady Speightsare more than likely on the lead. Big Plan's going to sit that stalking trip along with horses like Seasons. She'll probably be up there, Dreaming of Drew, Sleek Lynx, and Alda. Alda definitely going to be last. She does not have too much gate speed. I'm going to take my shot in here because, like I've mentioned, there are certain fillies in here I think stand out, and there are ones that I really wish I couldn't dismiss, but I just think I have to because they seem a couple low. And I'm going to go with the maiden, Stunning Princess. She's ran 2 excellent races in such tough company. She would have been, a very easy winner of that last race had she not been facing an elite filly from the Chad Brown barn. 2 back would have won if she wasn't facing the early favorite for the juvenile fillies turf. So I think it just all sets up very well. Just at the end of the day, she's going to have to outrun Lady Speightsare, who I give a big chance. I will be using those her and Alda underneath though. Lady Speightsare, the local experience is 100% there. As for Alda, local experience as well with that win last time out. I think those are a clear top three. Leaving Seasons out because I think of those four, I was least impressed by them. However, as you can probably tell, I think there are a million ways you can go. I would not be surprised to see any of these fillies win. They're all very talented. At the end of the day, I just think there's a clear top four in my mind that I'm going with. But if you think that any of those other three have a big chance of running a big race here, go for it. I would not be surprised to see them win, as I've said. That's all I have for you guys on this preview. Please stay tuned. We have tons of Breeders' Cup action coming up for the next few weeks, going through the final preps. A lot of fun races. So please stay tuned. Be ready for those previews. They'll be coming out next week and for the weeks to follow. We'll see you next time here on the Racing Rundown.
Leader Dreaming of Drew raises up on the outside the lead. Got the upper hand from Carpe Horseshoe. Conzip is 3 lengths away in third. And down inside the final furlong, putting them away, Dreaming of Drew. And is a mighty good winner. Dreaming of Drew piling it onto the wire to score by about 5 lengths. Second, Carpe Horseshoe, 2 lengths away third, Conzip. And behind